Okay, this is JB from Within Punk Zine. I'm sitting here with Graeme, and
Hi, how you doing?
now this year we're at Pouzzafest 6, and we're doing this big special that we're doing a lot of coverage, and of course you're a big part of that.
I am, yes. That was recently I got involved with Pouza Festival. Was one of the curators, which was through Hugo Moody.
Yep. And obviously Hugo is a big part, and you guys have a side project now that is Medictation.
Meditation, yes, with a T.
And that is a quite interesting approach, and obviously how did you come across that?
We came around to doing it. I was in a band called Leatherface,
Yep.
which broke up not that long ago. We did a tour with one of Hugo's side projects, because he has that many, called Yesterday's Ring, and we toured America as well as Canada. And we got on really well. The tour was fantastic, and Hugo and I pretty much worked together to put the tour on.
Yeah.
And we ended up after two, Hugo just said, we had a good drink, we were quite drunk one night, and just said, hey, you know, can we maybe work together one day and do something? And we went, yeah, all right. But, you know, when you think about it, England, Canada, it's not really going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, out the blue, I got an email off Hugo saying, do you want to do something? And I said yes, and we actually set to work on writing, getting ideas and songs down. And Dickie Hammond, guitarist out of Leatherface, got involved as well with me.
Yeah.
So Fred from Yesterday's Ring and St. Catherine's, and the drummer Julian, he did as well. And we sent over files, ideas, and then we got on a plane, came over,
Yep.
and recorded a Meditation album in Wild Studios, which has just been released through Paper and Plastic.
Yeah, through Paper and Plastic, which is Vinny's label from Listen
Yes,
Jake.
who are playing tonight, shortly, very soon.
Yes, and now obviously you did mention Dickie, so this is his last tracks.
It is, yes. It was the last thing he recorded when he died last year, end of last year. It was actually Gainesville Fest. I was there when I got the message that he just literally died at that point in time. And it was the last recording what he did, and you know, it was tinged with sadness and listening to his work, what he's done, but at the same time, you know, we were pleased we did it, because it really does show what a quality songwriter and guitarist he was. You know, such a great guy, and a massive loss, you know, to a lot of people who knew him and came across him.
And the creative writing process behind Meditation, was it mostly Dickie that was involved with the lyrics?
Dickie had some ideas to start off with, which was good, because it got us moving really fast, and I was involved in that as well. Hugo did, and Fred did. It was very just whoever did whatever, and it was very easy actually. When you consider, from the outset we thought this will never happen.
Yeah.
You know? But it wasn't easy from the point of view from Dickie's situation. That was when he was starting to take ill quite a lot. And at one point, there was a few occasions where we didn't think we'd actually do it. But he made it, and we recorded it, and it's a testament to him. Yeah.
So did you guys all get together to actually do it, or it was kind of a span or here and there?
No, we never got together once.
Yeah.
We literally just sent files across, and we worked on them and sent ideas back, and you know, it was purely by email. Which that's how it worked, because Hugo's that sort of guy who does communicate.
Yeah.
Fred does, I do, and it's nice because normally, you know, you don't work with kids, animals, and musicians.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been told.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I actually met people who actually did communicate and work. And we got across here. We done, I think it was 2 rehearsals in Hugo's basement, and we literally went in the studio and put it down and recorded it.
Now Hugo does have a gravelly voice, so did they kind of draw to you the direction that you guys want to take with that? Yeah,
it was. Some people have compared it to Frankie, but believe it or not, they are quite different singers. Frankie sings quite high, and a lot of people don't realise that. Hugo does sing quite deep, and you know, he's got that French Canadian twang as well, which is a bit different. But you know, worked really well.
Yeah, and of course Leatherface was similar, but a little bit different direction from what you did with that project. So Leatherface, there is any possibility of being resurgence coming back?
I don't think so at the moment. I think Frankie's quite happy leaving singing behind at the moment. I mean, when you think about it, he's done it for 20 odd years. I mean, you know, toured a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the last album, Stormy Petrel, we toured that pretty much 5 years, which is a long time for a lot of bands, you know.
Yeah.
To be on the road, and I think, to be honest, he just wanted a break from it, and the stresses of having to perform and deliver every night. And recently we've been working together on a new side project, which at the moment's been going really well. And you know, he's picked up the guitar again. He's coming into the studio with me. We're having a few beers.
Nice.
It's our night out, basically. You know, instead of going out in the pubs and drinking, we pick guitars up and have a few cans and sit and laugh and write some music. And it's been going really well.
That's always the best way to write the music.
Yeah.
And obviously, is there a working title or on that project?
No name, no working title, nothing. I would probably say we're about 3/4 of our way through an album. And hopefully by the end of this year, next year, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I would like to think we'll be recording it, you know, and get an album laid down, and then see what happens from there. I think the main thing is just not to expect or plan.
Yep.
And it's sort of taking us back to when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, where you pick a guitar up and you make a bit of a noise and you laugh and you say, that's terrible, you know, that bit's good, you know.
Yeah.
And just have some fun.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where we've gone back to. Instead of having this, right, we've got to write an album now, we've got to get out and tour, and you know, what are people going to think about it? And now we're just saying,
the pressure of So in labels, obviously you talk about paper and plastic. So what kind of brought the decision to go with paper and plastic? Was it because of the touring with and meeting the Vinny? With Fest and
there was quite a connection there with Hugo and Vinny. There was a bit of a connection with Leatherface and Less Than Jake and Snuff and that sort of crowd. And Mark Boosie, who does the UK and Europe side of things as well, there was a bit of a connection there with Mark. And really it was sort of having somebody who's in a band, who understands what it's like for bands.
Yeah.
And that's really what drew us towards wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Because before that, the Leatherface thing, I'd done it with Big Ugly Fish with Frankie. And although it has its negatives when you're doing it yourself, it has its pluses because you call the shots.
Yeah.
And we were very concerned of going into a label and handing something over.
Yeah.
Where Vinny was like, hey, look, let's just put it out. It's cool. It's fine. And we thought, let's go for it. And you know, I think it's come out really well.
Nice. And I've been asking a lot of bands this question today, and that is the evolution of the scene. Obviously, you've been in it for a very long time. How do you view the evolution of the scene?
I think it's changed a lot, and I think all over the world it's slightly different. You know, from Europe, Germany to Scandinavia. I suppose it's got its crossovers now. You know, one of the things with Meditation, I think what I hope people sort of get, which is a little bit different, is that sort of a little bit more punky country feel, which Fred's heavily into as a guitarist, and you get a lot in the States and Canada where you get these folky, acoustic-y influences coming in, which is really refreshing. You know, it's not just 3 chords hammered out as loud as possible, which a lot of people still think that's punk rock, and it's the way it is. And I got asked a while ago, you know, has punk rock gone indie? And I would say, well, no, indie's come towards punk rock. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, that's a big influence.
And it's the same as, you know, metal. You know, it's like, well, no, it hasn't. Metal has moved more towards punk rock and taken things out of punk rock and put it back in again.
Yeah.
And hey, you know, as long as there's live music, there's venues. And people out there playing, to me, that's great. You know? Yeah,
and it obviously comes down to the influences, whatever influenced you. Warm places. What talked about Meditation? What brought the cover art in regards to that? you got the camel, the Egyptian thing.
Well, it's funny because we had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and he picked the album up when we got the CDs. Yeah. And he said, something I just sort of got with it, and I said, well, what I think it is because it's an old photograph.
Yeah.
And we've all got old photographs like that.
Yeah.
When we look back when we were 6 or 7 or 8, you know, and we actually feel and relate to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have sort of picked up on that. And it was old photographs from Hugo's holidays when he was a kid.
Nice.
And one of the things what Hugo did lyrically was something what we actually talked about when we recorded the album. And it was just when you were young, growing up, you know, having no issues or problems and not caring about anything and wanting to go out and just enjoy yourself. And you know, the first time you went on holiday, you know, now you get on the internet, you go, I'm going there, and you've practically been there before you've even went. Where you know, when you were a kid years ago, you literally got there and you'd never been there. You know, and that feeling of what you got. And the actual the girl on the album cover has actually now got our own web fan forum now. It's Hugo's mum.
A following?
Yeah, it's Hugo's mum.
Nice.
So it's worked out well for everybody. Yeah.
And it's also a double meaning and a metaphor in a way of warm places, that memory.
Yeah.
So other than that, is there any kind of reference, maybe a secret show that you're going to be involved in?
No, we had planned to, and a lot of people have asked me, but Hugo had quite a bit on for Pouzzafest with St. Catherine's and a couple of other things he was doing, and to be honest, I just think it would have been too much for him to do it. So we've got some dates we've managed to put aside for about a week, end of July and August, which is going to be in Canada, which I'm really looking forward to, coming back over again to play. That would be exciting. It'll be nice to play the songs. We've got a guitarist coming in who was very good friends with Dickie and myself, called Greg Robson, from a band called Bear Trade in England. He's really excited to do it. It's a bit of an honour for him, which he says. So it's going to be good to actually play the songs live and get the album out then in the start of that.
Nice.
So looking forward to that. But Pouzza, hopefully next year we could be here doing something, which would be nice. Yeah,
that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. I seriously hope that Leatherface comes back sometime.
We all do, in one format or another. You never say it never will. You know? Nice.
We always end with a famous book or famous quote that inspired your life. Anything come to mind?
Why me? And the answer was, because you're the only one here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Graeme and JB.
Thank you. Cheers, man. That was good.
Yeah.